The most dramatic moment in Karate Kid's Legends is its final fight, a 12-minute sequence called the Five Boroughs Tournament that takes place on the roof of a New York City skyscraper. The sixth film in the franchise bridges the films and the TV series Cobra Kai. Li Fong Ben Wang is a young martial arts student in China under the tutelage of his uncle, Han, Jackie Chan. However, he's not too confident with his moves. But there's a reason behind his insecurities. A year ago, his brother won a martial arts tournament and was later killed by his opponents. Li watched, paralyzed with fear. His mother, played by Ming-Na Wen, lands a new job in Manhattan and moves Li to a new country so they can start afresh. Her one condition is that he not fight anymore. Li finds himself connecting with Mia, Sadie Stanley, who works at a nearby pizza joint. But this ruffles the feathers of Connor Day, Aramis Knight, who happens to be the school bully and the champion of the Five Boroughs Tournament. LA finds himself in a tussle with Connor. But this is where things get messy. Mia's dad, Victor, Joshua Jackson, owes money and ends up getting beaten up in an alley. Against his mother's wishes, Li enters the Five Boroughs Tournament, hoping to win the prize money. Li trains night and day under the mentorship of Han and Danny LaRusso, Ralph Macchio. Director Jonathan Entwistle knew he'd make sure the action moved quickly in order to get to the final fight, which would see Li and Connor in a face-off. Entwistle says, "I wanted to get through the tournaments so that I could get to what is essentially a 12-minute martial arts sequence with very little dialogue." Entwistle called on stunt coordinator Ping Zhang to help pull it off. Zhang knew every film in the franchise had a signature move, and even before he read the script, he had to find one for Ben. If Danny had the crane kick in the first film, The Karate Kid, what would be fitting for Li? Zhang landed on a triple kick and he found a stunt double, AJ Anthony, who could land the move. This one would be for modern, young kids. "They're really excited about this different level," says Zhang. Zhang ended up coordinating how this progresses throughout the movie. He tries to use it in the beginning, and it's not successful, and then Jackie and Daniel come to train him, Zhang explains. Everything leads up to that final battle. Connor knows he's going to use this kick, but we see Li set up the trap. Of course, Wang's safety always came first, and Anthony would step in where needed. But Zhang reveals Wang did most of the work in the final fight, but he trained hard to get there. Zhang says, "Ben's very physical, and I thought he was good, but after our training he took some hard hits. He worked hard to be that character."